Thank you for letting me know to record the session. Okay. Now, what I was saying is, in these days, what we're going to do is all the projects, whatever it's mentioned, we're going to do obviously those projects, and extra bonus projects also will do. So you joined live, so you're going to understand better, right? When you're going to go forward with that, okay? Because live interaction and video recording is completely different, okay? And I hope you guys did all those questions that I've given yesterday and the project statement I've given. So you take more time to solve that, okay? That calculator one, because it's everything is given that what you have to do and what you don't have to do. Similarly, that big problem statement I'll be giving for the online shopping cart, and that will only be using if else arithmetic, operators, then unary operators. These things only be used because we learned about this while loop, for loop, and this if else statements, right? So by that you will have complete understanding of this topic, because you will be creating this, so you'll know how to format, how to like format all things together and write things together. Okay. Similarly, I'll give one gradebook manager. After, in the last day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some projects related to data structure. Like what? Like what? Let me open the whiteboard and tell me, let me tell you that what is the, okay, I'll write here, whiteboard online. Why it is not opening? Okay, leave it. So what you're going to do is on the last day, I'm going to give you projects on array list, string. So that is completely based on the completely based on the data structures. Okay. Yesterday I was talking to my previous like my batch. So I was taking one batch. So there I was telling them that whatever we learned, no, everything is asked on Amazon, be it Amazon interview, be it Microsoft interview, and all those interviews. So I opened what questions were asked, and mostly questions were asked on the data structure, and the questions we directly did in the class. Those questions were only asked in the Amazon interview and Microsoft interview and all other interviews that were there. So it is very easy when you follow along what I am saying. It's going to be very, very easy for you guys to go ahead. Okay. So just do the things what I'm saying and practice those that way, and you are good to go with the topics. Okay. Moving forward, we're going to see some questions on for loop, while loop. Then we will jump to what is linear data structure, what is non-linear data structure, what are the algorithms, searching algorithms, sorting algorithms are there. Okay, we'll try to implement the sorting algorithm. Then what I'm going to give is I'm going to give you the problem statement by today. Okay. All right. All right. Let me open this. Okay. Now let me talk about the syntax of for loop you know in a short span of time. So for loop is that for, okay, three kinds of loops are there: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Okay. Now question is, if else were there, normal coding were there, why we need loops? That is the question, right? Now programmers community thought that some codes are repeatedly using again and again. Suppose you are writing some code and that is getting repeatedly written, same piece of thing, right? Then it said, okay, if you do, you guys know how to print hello world? How to print hello world? Suppose this is the hello world program, right? And if I run this code, if I run this code, It is printing hello world, right? Right now I'm getting into the thing that why we need loops, for loops, while loop, do while loop, any kind of loop. Why we need? Okay, now someone said, please print this hello world. Please print hello world. You know what? Let's say 10 times, 10 or whatever times you print it, please. So I said, okay, I'll copy it and I'll paste it. Okay, I'll copy the same thing and I'll paste the same thing. So if I print it, it will print the hello world that many times. Now someone says, print the hello world 1,000 times. So what you'll do, you'll copy this and paste the 1,000 times. And you're going to say that मेरा कोड देखो 1,000 लाइन का कोड लिखा है मैंने बहुत जल्दी. ये तो that's why. Okay, this is guys, this is okay, I'll send the link here. You guys can use it. Okay, this is the website. Online GDB is the online compiler. We are using this. Okay, you can use it here. Obviously you can use VS Code, Eclipse, IntelliJ, anything you can use, but for our simplicity purpose we are using, we don't want to install any dependencies and all. That's why we are doing. So everyone is easy to go, that's why I'm using. That's great. You can use VS Code, no issues. Okay, now question is, if someone says print 1,000 times, that's going to be issue. That's where the loops come. You can see the same thing is repeated again and again. This is printed again and again. That's where we use for loop or while loop or do while loop. Now question is, these three things are, different only in, okay, why it's not getting signed in? Let me sign in and try to get it, write it over there. Okay, till the time it gets signing, let's see if it gets now. It is not going. What happened to this app? Okay, remove it. Okay, so what we are seeing is, that we can implement this same, line printing 1,000 lines of code or whatever, same thing by using for loop, by using while loop, and by using do while loop. Those can be implemented very easily. Okay, so there is a syntax when we say, okay, you have written for loop, so for is the keyword being used for that. Okay, so it is used for iterating over a sequence of values or performing a set of statements in a specific number of times. Now there is, if you want to do that thing, you can do using for loop. So for loop has different syntax where you take as initialization, then you talk about, till where you want to continue, and how you are updating the values. Those things are there. Okay, now similarly in while loop, there is going to be what? There is going to be condition that we're going to give in the while loop to check whether that is running till that position or not. Now for a while loop, let me write the syntax for you and you will understand better. What is the syntax of for loop? So for loop, we start writing by this for, okay, and we do initialization here. Okay, what is initialization and all, I'll let you know. Okay, don't worry. Then condition and at the last, and everywhere we end the statement by this semicolon. We give semicolon inside the for loop. Okay, and here we do increment or decrement. Either we increase the value or decrease the value, and within this parenthesis we write what? Within this parenthesis we write the code to be executed in each iteration. Okay, now iteration is called is the cycle. The cycle that is happening, that is called the iteration. Okay, now you might have seen in initialization. Initialization means from where the code will start executing. So we give what? Int I equals to 0. It means from the 0th value, or I equals to 1 value, or 500, from wherever you want, you can give this initialization. So in mathematics, if you remember, you in maths you used to learn, and it used to be give as range. You remember in maths, right? Till 3 to 10, try to find this numbers or something. Okay, so that range, here you can consider this is the initial value from where it's starting, and condition means where it's going to end. Let's suppose I is less than equals to, I'm writing 5, and instead of increment decrement, I'm going to increment it. I'm going to write it I plus plus. If you remember yesterday we did I plus plus means what? I plus plus means what? That is equals to I plus is equals to I equals to I plus 1. This and this means the same. You can write the same thing over here. Same thing over here. Okay. Now, you saying that we were doing the hello world, right? We were doing the hello world. You said that, okay, print the hello world this many times. But previously you saw the, method how to print it, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write hello world here. Okay. And we are running from first iteration, and it's going to go to the second iteration. So I is 1. All right. So 1 is less than 5. Yes, the condition is true. Then print it. Again, it's going to come back to this I plus plus. That's going to be 2. So is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is. So again, it's going to be printed. So similarly, from 1, it's going to start printing, and it's going to go and print 5 times, you can see, isn't it? Now, if I write it here instead of 500, then it will print 100 times. Now, some people will say कि मेरे को ना ये एक एक लाइन के बाद नहीं लिखना है, मेरे को ऐसा करना है कि भाई एक लाइन में प्रिंट करके बताओ. तो देखो यहाँ पर प्रिंट एलएन, इंस्टेड ऑफ प्रिंट एलएन विल राइट व्हाट? प्रिंट. Instead of print ln will write print. Now one thing you will find that वो एक साथ जुड़ जाएंगे. देखो मैं अगर रन करूंगा ना, वो एक साथ जुड़ जाएंगे. They will come together. See, hello world, something, it's coming together. Hello world, then hello started from here. Why? Because there is no space here. So I'll give a empty string here, and I'll run this. And after running this, you can see hello world. Now there is a space between them. Right? Okay, this is what, if I want to print hello world 100, I can print. So within 2 lines, you can see we printed hello world that many times. Now, initially what we're doing, we have to print 100 times or 1,000 times we have to write. Now, suppose someone says, write the n natural numbers. Write a program to print n natural numbers. Write a program to print n natural numbers. Now, what you have to think is, what is having the natural number? That is I value, right? I is the iterating variable. This is the condition from where it started. Let's understand this initialization condition more, and where it's going to end that more, and I plus. You know how this is happening. Let's understand. Let's remove this. Okay, what I'll do is, I'll copy this and I'll paste it for you guys so that this codes you get. Okay. What I'll do is I'll paste it, because whatever the code we did yesterday, I'll paste it here, Control S, come out of it, and I will take it here. Okay. Now, suppose someone says print n natural numbers. print n natural numbers and print 1 to 100, right? So what I have to do is I'll just remove these lines. I'll just remove these lines, and what I'll say is I'll write I here. Now again, if you print it, you can understand that whenever you're printing, it's coming together again. See, now someone will say ये कैसा नंबर है भाई, आपने तो 1 2 3 4 to 100 बोला था ना। फिर वही बात बोलेंगे, भाई आपने कोई स्पेस दिया नहीं है। जब भी आपने एक इटरेशन करा है ना, आपने स्पेस दिया नहीं है, तो यहाँ पर क्या करो, एक कॉन्कैटिनेशन लिखो प्लस एंड एक स्पेस दो, इसको स्पेस कहते हैं। ऑलराइट, नाउ रन दिस प्रोग्राम। नाउ यू विल सी दैट space is coming nth. Now if you want, someone says okay, I want to print it in the next line, so instead of print, write print ln, instead of print ln। अच्छा, अब किसी के दिमाग में आया कि भाई मेरे को है ना लाइक 90 से 100 प्रिंट करना है, मेरे को 1 से 100 नहीं प्रिंट करना है। So what I said, initialization you can start from anywhere. So 90, I'm going to write it here and I'm going to run this. Okay, and it is printing from 90 to 100. Now obviously you can control also. Let's suppose मेरे को ये बताना है कि how many even numbers are there between 1 to 100. So that also we can do, because even number is a number that is divisible by 2. So if you write a if statement where you run that program, that when that value is divided by 2, that time print that. So you will write, instead of writing simple system dot out println, here you'll write if statement. Inside if statement will give the condition in the if statement that if it is divisible by 2, then only print that. Otherwise don't go inside that if statement, so that will print the even numbers. Now you want to count how many even numbers are there, how many odd numbers are there, and all those things. You can do the same way. So today we're going to do prime numbers. We're going to do tons of questions we're going to solve on prime number. So this is the syntax of for loop. Now this is very basic things, but very effective, because what I say to my like whoever is mentees I'm teaching right now, like more than 200 300 mentees I'm training them. What I teach them, if you learn if else, nothing needed. Just remember this line. If you learn if else, then if you learn switch statement, then if you learn for loop, while loop, do while loop. So we do not use that much do while loop, but still do while loop. If you learn about functions, and if you learn about oops, this is enough to solve any kind of lead code problem, geeks for geeks problem, hacker rank question. It is enough if you understand this properly. If you understand this properly, how to implement. So to understanding this properly, that's why I'm giving the projects, that small projects, how to construct those projects. That is going to help you to understand. So people say, I know about while loop and all those things I know, but when you go to the lead code and you see most of the questions you will do, that everything is done by function, right? So everything is done in a box of code, and it's only iteration is happening, I plus plus, and while loop and functions creating and calling of the function, maybe recursion also is getting used. So that is only getting used and questions getting solved. So we do not. So whenever I mentor people, I do not directly jump to the lead code questions or some big stuff. No, never. So we give lots of time, 1 month time to learn this, if else, switch, and by giving lots of number of projects, only projects, implement this, then okay, I'll rectify. Okay, what is the rectification is needed, how you have to think, okay, this is not getting done, Okay, this is the way you have to do it. Okay, all the problem statement is given, you have to go forward with this, that all thing. If you learn this, if you learn this, you're going to be a programmer. That's it. Rest all things are tools, be it array, be it string, be it stack, queue. These all data structures and algorithms are tools, just you have to use some particular question. So this is what I was showing yesterday to people, that question, most questions in an interview, most, because we do, in perspective of the interview, do not learn, we do not learn according to the, all the things we have to learn, because we have to learn, we have to do smart work, we have to learn things according to the interview. That is necessary, right? We cannot directly jump into something that is not going to be asked, right? So that's going to be, like, it's going to take huge amount of time, because it's not going to get covered. Like, lots of algorithms are there, lots of data structures, the complexities, lots of things are there, right? So we have to learn with the interview perspective, right? Okay, if you want to learn by interview perspective, then if you do these things and you format, you can do the formation of the project, that is going to be very, very beneficial for you. As I said, if else switch, for loop, while loop, do while loop, functions, and oops. If you know, you can format lots of code. By with this only, you can solve lots of, lead code questions or geeks for geeks questions. Okay. This with these tools only. And rest, our data structures are there, those are tools. And implementation, that is enough. That is enough. Nuria, that is, because we have to go with the topics, okay, that is already decided. Array and linked list data structure, and the next day I'm going to talk about. Today I'm going to just give introduction of the data structure, what is there, how to learn, and all these things I'm going to give you. Okay, so oops, if you want to, so you can obviously, connect me over the LinkedIn. There is no issues. I'm going to help you out that from where you take it, so that it's going to get helpful. So my you find it Amit Kumar Ghosh, write it over there, so you will find that me over there, so you can talk to me. I'll help you out with the what oops you have to do, what questions have to come. If it's a product based company, what design questions can be asked, I'll directly give you. And among those questions, you're going to get some question to get in an interview. All right. In class, obviously I can't, because it's there, it's already defined, like what is going to be taught, so that's why I can't for that. Okay, all right. So what I was saying is, okay, the syntaxes, right? Now this is enough. Now for while loop also, same thing is going to happen. For while loop, we're going to write while. And okay, what, same thing. Okay, in while we do not write initialization, we give the condition and we give the set statement, like from where it's starting and all, everything we give that way. Same thing can be done using while loop. How? Let's do that also. If I want to do print this numbers using while loop, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare one variable. So initialization, we are saying, you remember initialization, same initial. Let's say I want to take count. Okay, I want to take count, and that I take into 1. Okay, this is the initialization that's going to come out of the while loop. So while loop ka syntax is what? In while loop we give only condition. That's it. That's it. So we write while, and inside that we give condition. What is the condition? We want to print till 100. From 1, it's starting from 1 until 100 we want to print it. And what do we want to print? We want to print what? 1 to 100. So write that. What is that variable that we are printing? Variable is the count variable. Okay, print LL will not write, so it will come to the next line every time. And we know we have to give some space, otherwise it will come together. Okay, one more thing I have to do. If you remember, in for loop we were doing what? We were doing the updation. Same thing we have to update, otherwise it will not go to the second iteration, right? So I'll write count plus plus. And if this is done using what? While loop. This is using while loop. If I run this code, then it is going to print till 100. Now if someone is saying I want no I want to print from 50, मेरे को 50 से print करके दिखाओ, तो ये देखो फिर से 50 से print हो जाए. There is no doubt in it. Now same thing again. So this is done using, this is done using what? While loop. This is done using while loop. I'm just getting you comfortable. So some people may already know that, okay, what is while loop, do while loop, but I'm making comfortable because lots of new people are here. That's why I'm making understand from the beginning. Okay. Then we're going to go forward with some questions. I'm going to explain how that is happening. Okay. Now, same thing, if you want to do using do while loop. So do while loop is also similar to while loop only, but one statement is there, that is a do. So do means if your code, if your condition is false for the first time also, वो माफ कर देता है. डू वाइल लूप में ऐसा सीन है ना कि अगर आपका पहला कंडीशन मैच भी नहीं कर रहा ना, तो आपको माफ कर देगा. चल भाई कर ले, पहली बार तो कर ले, पहली बार गलती माफी है, दूसरी बार माफ नहीं करूंगा, है ना. कैसे कैसे, लेट्स सी हाउ, लेट्स सी दैट. ओके, so for that, what I'm going to do is I want to remove these lines. Do while loop ka how it is written, do is written, and for this while is written, while, and in this condition is going to be there and it's going to end with the statement. This is the syntax. Do में मतलब क्या है? It will execute at least once if the condition is also false. It will execute at least once if the condition is also false. Let's write int num equals to 1. Let's say 1 is from here, we want to print that numbers again. And in the do part, we write the, that code block. What is the code? What is our code block? Code block, we want to print from 1 to 100. Right? That is the code block. So I'll write print, hit enter, and here what I'll give? I'll give, what is the, variable we are printing? That is num, and I'm going to give some space in it. And what I have to do is I have to write num plus plus also, otherwise it will not increment, right? And in the condition, we will write num is less than equals to, let's say, 100. And if I right now run this, you seeing it is printing the same way. Now tell me one thing, how condition is going to be checked? So it's saying num equals to 1. Okay, what do you say? 1 is less than 100. Please write me in the chat. If this condition is true, what do you say? Num equals to 1. So condition is going to be checked, right? Every time for for loop, also while loop, it's checked, right? Is 1 less than 100? What do you say? Yes or no? Is 1? No. No, it is. It is. 1 is less than 100. 1 is less than 100. Isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Now, if I run this code, see what it is going on. See. So it is printing till 1 to 100. Can you see? Okay. Now in do while statement, what I said is, ये जो do block है ना, ये बहुत जिद्दी है. ये बोलता है कि एक बार तो मेरे को रन करना ही है, कुछ भी कर लो भाई, कुछ भी कर लो आप, आपका कंडीशन गलत कर दो. अभी तो कंडीशन गलत नहीं था, फिर भी रन हुआ, चलो वो तो आइडियल, दैट इज द आइडियल कंडीशन. लेट्स here write 101. Okay, is 101 is less than 100? Is 101 is less than 100? Tell me, yes or no? It is not less than 100. 101 is greater than 100. How it is going to be less than 100, right? Now, if I run this code, still it is printing 101. Can you see? Can you see? Because in do while loop, as I said, this code block is going to be executed at least once. But this is not the case for the for loop and while loop. If the condition is wrong in for loop or while loop, that time it's going to terminate from the, there. It's going to terminate from there. Let me show you why I am saying that. Control AC and paste it here. Paste it here. Okay. So what I'm saying, if that is not the case for the while loop. So if I copy this and take it here and control A, B, paste it, and instead of 50, I write 110. Okay, what do you say? What is going to be printed? Anyone? What do you think? What's going to be printed? Is the condition true? 110 is less than 100. What do you say? Error? Do you think error will come? No. No, 110 will not be printed, Chavi. See, I didn't say for the while loop. This is the while loop. I didn't say for the while loop that is going to be printed. No. I said only for the do while loop. I only said for the do while loop that it is going to be printed. But for others, no, it will not be printed. Have you guys got it? Have you guys got till here? Because we're going to do, multiplication table and all these things we're going to implement. So you'll understand how that is happening, how the for loop, do while loop, because we're going to do, let's say multiplication table we're going to do. So factorial, if you know that we can do, okay, that factorial of a number, how to find the factorial of a number. All right, then if I check if the number is prime or not, finding prime number between some numbers. Okay, lots of questions we can do, lots of questions we can do. Okay, so we will do this question, prime number के में हम 4 5 6 variety देखेंगे. Okay, so what if next time some questions come to you on prime number, then you can able to solve that easily, right? That is what we're going to do. Okay, so execution flow for the do while loop is, where is that? Let me control Z, do it, control Z, do while loop. Now in do while loop, this statement is executed first without checking the condition, then this condition is going to be checked. Now in the next iteration, what is going to happen is, in the next iteration, what is going to happen is, it's going to check if 101 is less than 100 or not. That time it is going to check. Right now, it is not going to be checked. Let me open the whiteboard if it is opening. Why it is not opening? Okay, no issues. So what I'm saying is, in do while loop, that is, not, condition is not checked until it go to the next iteration. When it go to the next iteration, that time it is going to check. I'll change my network maybe. Wait guys, wait a minute. I'll change my network to please let me know guys if I'm audible properly. I change my network. If I'm audible properly, please guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I change my network so it will work now. So that network is very glitchy. Okay. Now let me explain you in the whiteboard. You'll understand better. What is going on is, so let me take this. कुछ अच्छा लेते हैं. All right. All right. Now someone asked that what is the do while loop? कैसे काम कर रहा बताओ? How this is working? So this is working. Let's see the flow. let's see the flow of this code. Okay. So what I have to do is, let me paste it here, the code, same code. Okay. Someone is saying something. Okay. So in do while loop, what is going to happen is, this code block is there. Can you see? This is going to be, okay, what is the variable? Num variable. Okay. Are we encountering any condition directly here? No. So it is going to enter 101. So it's going to print first 101. See, it is printing statement. It is printed. 101 is printed. Num plus plus. That's going to be getting num value as what? 102. Now is 102 is less. Now that condition is going to be checked. Is less than 100. No, it is not. So it is going to come out of this while loop. So 101 is already printed here. That's why if you see the flow chart, I didn't took the flow chart. Do you guys need me to show the flow chart of it? Wait, I'll show the flow chart of it. I will show the flow chart to you guys. Wait a minute. Okay. Now in for loop, if you remember, in for loop, what was the syntax we wrote? For loop. Then initialization we did, that is int I equals to 0 and all. Initialization initiali. Initialization we did, then we write condition, then we write the updation statement, right? And within this, we were writing the code, and within this we are writing the code. You can see initialization box is there, correct? Then this is the condition box. If it is true, then only it will go to the statement block. Where is statement block? This is where statement block lies. This is where the statement block lies. Then it's going to update after running the statement block. Then it's going to update the expression. Then it's going to come back again here. So this loop will continue until unless this condition is false. If this condition is directly false after initialization, whatever the initialization we did, that's going to come out of this program. You can see two things are written, true or false, right? If it is true, then it's going to go to the initial, statement block. Otherwise, it will come out of this, this code block. Same for the while loop. While loop, I said there is no initialization for the while loop. It is directly go because what is the syntax we saw? While and condition, whatever the condition, let's say n is less than equals to 5. So suppose from where you started, so it's going to check if that n value, whatever the n value you're taking from here, is less than this or not. If it is, then it will do the task. Do the task means whatever the code block is written inside this parenthesis, that will work. See, that will work. If that condition is, not matching, if that condition is false, then it's going to come out of that. Okay, now see for the do while loop. What is there? In do while loop, first it comes and do the task. It is not, first we are not having condition. For see, for while loop, we are having condition first before doing the task, right? Before doing the task, this is the task. Before doing the task, we are encountering condition. That's why it is, if the condition is false, that will not encounter. But in case of do while loop, before doing the task, before doing the task, okay, task is there before condition is there. You can see, right? That's why it's going to be printed first, whatever the first thing is going to come. So you can understand from here also, it's going to go line by line. So it is not encountering any kind of condition. So it will print for the first time, but in the second time, it's going to give what? It's going to give It's going to check the condition and going to give the result. All right. Now we're going to solve some good questions. Okay. Now, fatafat, we're going to do some questions. Okay. That will make you understand. And I have to talk about, thoda sa linear data structure and all. So 1.5 hours is also getting, very less. So it's already 7:55. So I need more time to explain you guys. Okay. So here, what you're going to do is multiplication table. Multiplication table, that, okay, you guys can also try to do it. Multiplication table means, suppose if I say try to print the multiplication of 50. So 51 is a 50, 52 is a 100, 53 is a 150, 54 is a 200. Similarly, till 10 you have to print the multiplication table. Now I can ask any multiplication table, so it has to print any multiplication table. So you have to basically, what that mean is, that is the problem statement we want to do. That means what? We want to take input from the user. So here we're going to implement multiplication table. Now, okay, let me show you guys, so right now you might be thinking how fast he's going. Very fast, like who is completely new or started learning, coding. Okay. So you will say that it's going very fast, isn't it? ऐसा आपको लग रहा होगा, but ऐसा है नहीं, क्योंकि this is a workshop. I have to cover all the things. Thus, I'm going a bit fast. Okay. So I have to, and I cannot cover each and everything in if else and all. I cannot, right? Because when you get added, when I take you personally, so you can see in the here that we talk about lead code question, we discuss. So we have, what questions can be asked using hash map, hash set. Okay. So easy level and medium level, then hard level questions. And out of this, most of the questions are going to be repeated. So not only for hash map, hash set, I give for others also. Okay. So lead code question solving. So this is the, second phase. Okay. Like very last phase where we solved. Okay. Now, before that, I gave string questions, if else question, while loop, for loop, searching algorithm. You can see, what questions can be asked. All these questions using array and all. Everything is given. Beat anyone facing error. So he faced some kind of error. Okay. Now I given the solution. The flux is my name. That's in the Discord. Okay. So that I'm giving solution for that. Okay. How this is going to be done. So if you're thinking it's going very fast, so, it's not. Okay. All right, because we have to cover in this 5 days. That's why we are going, bit, that way. So you feel connected every time. So that is the reason. So you can see, linked list questions or some, array question or something, that is being all things there. Okay. It's been already discussed that, okay, these are the questions can be asked from string, easy level question, medium level question, then projects that is giving, okay, whatever the error they are facing, normal error, that is, covering, and all things that is covered in the personal Discord. Okay. Personal Discord channel, we cover each and everything. So you can see on recursion, how many questions are given. See, these are the questions on recursion, do these questions. Then questions using, function, these are the functions. So 40-50 questions are given on function. So for loop questions, this for loop questions are given. While loop, practice this. Okay. Do while loop, practice these questions. And apart from this, lots of other questions are also given. Now, if else, and lots of questions is given. Okay. Not only that, how you are going to become a backend developer, or you want to choose what, who should choose backend, who should choose front end. Okay. Who should choose database, who should choose DevOps, everything, all that tips, tricks, whatever is going on, what new thing is coming to the interview, how you should nail an interview, and all those things, all is covered. All things are covered. So if you think it's going fast, it is not, guys. It is not, because I'm just covering. I cannot cover everything about for loop or while loop. Yes, Discord link, I think you will get in the you will get it in the group, in the WhatsApp group. You just request. I'll just tell to give the Discord, public Discord link. But that is, this is for the batch. This is for the batch I'm taking. I guess you will not be added. This is for the batch going on. So for them, that is there. Okay. So I, I'll give the, if there is a public Discord channel is there, I'm going to give to you guys, and you guys can go ahead with that. All right. Now what we're doing is multiplication table. All right. So multiplication table. Now this is again an easy question. We have to take input from the user. So we're going to, make how we going to take input from the user, that I already taught about. So we have to create a scanner class. You remember, right? So I have to import that by using Java Day3. Otherwise, it's going to give error, right? We know that, right? So for that, I'm going to do what? Import Java. मैं फटाफट कोई लिखता हूँ, है ना? You just try to understand, because within this, we're going to solve some questions. Okay, that's why I'm going to write it util dot scanner. This is going to write. Okay, in the main class, we're going to write, or instead of writing main class, let's write good name. Multiplication, multi multiplication table. Let's say this is the good name, good class name we are giving. Okay, in the main class. Right now, everything we are writing in the main class, because we didn't write about the function. That's why we are, writing everything in the main. But after we learn function, we create separate function for that, and we call from the main method, and we pass values from there. Okay, that's it. This is not the way we actually do it, right? But we didn't learn about function. That's why we're not going forward with that. So what is the name of the class? Scanner class. I'm going to have to create the object for that. If you remember, a class is nothing, as I said, a class is nothing without object. You remember, if I've taken the example of BMW car, if the, if before BMW car is created in the workshop, the design is done in the computer, like, so after design is done, that's going to be made the real BMW car. So this scanner is the real, you can say scanner, where that is using the class properties. So a real world, so until unless you create the object, class has no use. Okay, so new scanner, and here I'm going to pass system.n. Okay, this is going to take input. Now we're going to take input as what? Integer. So before that, what I'm going to say, I'm going to give some printing statement. I'm going to say कि भाई ऐसा करो ना, प्रिंटिंग स्टेटमेंट दे दो, ताकि समझ में तो आ जाए कि क्या लेने वाले हैं. तो एंटर अ नंबर, ऐसा करो, एक नंबर का इनपुट you give it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the input. So I'm going to store it in some variable. So whatever the next int, you remember scanner.next int, we're going to store it in some variable. Let's say number variable. You can take anything that your choice. So scanner is the object name, small scanner dot next int. We're going to write this function to get the input and store it in the number variable, and it's going to take it from the console and store it in the number variable. Okay, this is done. Now again I'm going to write on printing statement. वहां पर मैं क्या बोलूंगा ना कि देखो भाई ऐसा है कि we want to print the multiplication table, right? Multiplication table of whom? So multiplication table of concatenation I'm going to do of the number. Your number is the variable. We have to find the multiplication table of that. So I'm going to do multiplication of number, that variable, plus I'm going to give, I'm just formatting it right now. This is the formatting being done. Okay. Now, if I want to find the multiplication table, what I have to do is I can do it using while loop, do while loop, for loop also. So I will do it by for loop. So I'm going to write int I equals to 0. Not 0, 1. Okay. Because 10 ones are 10, it's there, right? So we're going to go with 1. Okay, and I'll go till less than I less than e equals to 10, because till 10 position, 10 tens are 100, right? Till 10 we want to find it, and I have to do the updation also, because to go to the next loop, first loop is going to cover, is going to check 1 is less than 10, yes, then the execution is going to happen. Then I plus plus, due to I plus plus, is going to become 2. So 2 is less than 10, yes it is, then it's going to go forward this way. So what I'm going to do is, again I'm going to take one variable that's going to be product. Let's say product, and in this what I'm going to do is I have to multiply number multiplied by I. This is the whole logic of it. Number into I. What is the number? Number is, let's say 10 you have taken. So 10 into 1, 10 into 2, 10 into 3, 10 into, that is what I have to find. Now I have to format it properly, right? I have to print. Like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write println and I'll format it properly. So it should look like that, okay, we are doing the multiplication table. So for that, what I'm going to write is, I'm going to write number, concatenation. I'll take a string here this way, and I'll write what? I, that is 10 into 1. So that's why I'm writing I. So I will be sometimes 1, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 10. Okay, that way it's going to go. And I'll do concatenation. I'll give some space here and equals to. So that is going to look like what? So I'm just formatting. This is nothing I'm doing. I'm just doing the formatting. And what variable it is stored the value? In the product variable. And it is done from our side. What I have to do is I have to copy this and I have to make the program name to be same name. Otherwise, class jo create hoga, that will not match and it will give error. Now, if I run this program, now it is asking enter a number. This statement is getting executed. Enter a number. For which number you want to find the table. Let's say I want to find the table for 65. Okay, I hit enter. So it is printing what? Multiplication table of 65 is 65 into 1, that is 65, 65 into 2, that is this is getting printed. Can you guys see it? This is the multiplication table. So you can write any number, just okay, I'm going to give this code to you. You can do experiment with that code. That is the multiplication table using for loop. Got it? Now, if you have understood properly, let me know in the chat, please. If you understood in the that properly, let me know in the chat, please. Okay. Okay, do you guys know what is a factorial? Have you guys heard factorial in your school days when you learned about factorial? Factorial of 10, factorial of 5, factorial of 6. What does that mean? Factorial means multiplying the previous all numbers. Factorial means multiplying previous all numbers, right? That is what it is, factorial is, right? Let's suppose if I say you guys find, so factorial का ऐसा symbol होता था ना, 9 factorial. It means what? What it is written? 9 into 8 into 7 into what? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is what it is, factorial. So we can create this program for factorial. Okay, we can create this program for factorial. So what you have to write is, we have to take one variable. Again, it's going to see, you can see one pattern, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ये तो आइटरेशन में होता ही है, ये तो आइटरेशन में होता ही है दोस्तों. तो देखो इसको कैसे it's going to be implemented easily. It's going to be how it's going to be implemented easily from here. You see it. I'm going to change few things. I'm going to take few variables here directly. So this is going to, instead of multiplication table, इसको कहते हैं ना factorial calculator. Factorial factorial calculator. Can I enter a number? Okay, it's going to be same. Okay, instead of, okay, let's come here. Okay, is factorial of negative number is defined? What do you say? Is factorial of a negative number is defined? What do you say, guys? Let's, if I say factorial of 10, minus 10, is it defined? No. So we have to consider that case. And you remember, using if statement, we, control our code. So I'm going to write if, what is the variable is we are taking? That is number, right? If number is less than 0. If number is less, किसी ने बदमाशी करके ना number 0 less than 0 दे दिया. So what I have to do is I want to give println statement here, and ये क्या हो गया? Println, and I want to give what? Factorial is not defined for negative number. I'm going to give a string factorial, factorial of negative number is not defined. This is we going to say. All right. In the else part, we going to do the rest of our code. I'll remove this line. In the else part, if else के साथ हम करेंगे, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, now not only this, I have to take from where fact. Okay, anyone know what is multiplicative identity? Anyone know what is called as multiplicative identity? Do you guys have you guys heard of that term before? Have you guys heard of that term before? Multiplicative identity. One is the most. That's great, Samita. Okay, one is the no. You didn't have heard. Okay. So multiplicative identity, if you learned in class 8 or 7 or something, so you remember that whatever the number you multiply with some number is going to remain same. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. So what is that number? Nuria, what is that number? 1. Okay, what is then additive identity, Nuria? Can you tell me what is additive identity? If I add something to, something, and that addition value is not going to change. That's 0. Yes, Samita. That is 0. So for factorial, initially we're going to write in factorial is equals to what? Factorial equals to 1. Initially we'll consider factor, because if we multiply with anything with 1, value going to remain same. So we don't worry about that. Okay. Now one thing, I'm going to start from int I equals to 1, but I'll go till I less than equals to not 10 this time, till the number, because we have to go till that position, right? Number. Okay, I plus plus. And instead of this product variable, I'm going to take one variable, let's say int, not int, already defined factorial. So I'm going to take factorial is equal to factorial multiplied by I. And coming out of this for loop, what I want to do is, here I'm going to write println, and I'll take the snippet. Where is that snippet? Here. And I'll say factorial of what? The number that we're trying to find. Number is what? Is where it is stored in the factorial variable, is stored in the factorial. लो जी कर दिया है ना. अच्छा, one thing I have to change is this class name and this name, right? मैं आपको ये अच्छे से समझाता हूँ अगर नहीं समझ में आया. If anyone didn't understood by this, please tell me. I'll make you understand in the whiteboard. Otherwise, it's okay. We'll go move forward. Anyone having issues? You didn't understood? Anyone, please? Let me know fast, guys. If anyone didn't understood, easy one, isn't it? Very, very easy. But it is not easy for everyone. I know it is not for easy for all. But if you didn't understood, let me know. I'll make you explain. If I run this code, it is asking for the number. Let's say factorial of 5. Factorial of 5 is what? We know. Is it 120? Yes, it is 120. Right? So factorial of 5 means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, let me चलो एक बार explain कर ही देता हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that let us come over here and paste this code. Okay, that is our daily routine. We do that way. Okay, what is happening? Why cannot change the? Let me take it another whiteboard. Maybe that time it will work. Okay, now it is working. Okay, chalo ji. Okay, now what is happening is, here someone is entering the value. Let's say someone is giving a -10. That time this part is handling that. If someone is doing -10, so this part will say factorial negative number is not defined. So this part will handle. Okay, in the else part, what is getting done is we are considering a variable that is factorial, that is going to be 1, right? Factorial is 1, we are directly writing it. Now we are writing in a for loop. Okay, let's understand this for loop properly. If someone didn't understood this for loop, let's understand. Let's suppose someone gave a number to be 5. Okay, 5 is the number. Now for loop internally will be looking something like this. For int I equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, and I plus plus. This is internally it's going to be look like, and factorial is going to be look like this, factorial. Now I, okay, is 1 is less than 5, is 1, because I is there, condition here, right? I, this is the condition, is 1 is less than 5. Yes, it will go into the loop. What is the factorial initially? Factorial is 1 initially, multiplied by what is I? I is 1. So factorial, now new value of factorial is what? 1 in the first iteration. It will go to the second iteration, I will become 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is. Then again, this statement will be executed. What is factorial into I? What was factorial initially? That was 1. So factorial is going to be there. Okay, left part, left factorial will not get the value. So it is getting value from right to left, the value is coming, right? That's why we are putting the value in the right part only, all right? So factorial initially was like in the next previous step was 1. And what is the iteration into? Second iteration, I is 2. So factorial value become 2. Now in the second iteration, factorial value become 2. Now in the third iteration, I will increase, that is I will become 3. Is 3 less than 5? Yes, it is. So again, this is going to be executed. What was the factorial? Factorial was 2. And what is the I? 3. This becomes 6. So factorial becomes now 6. Now I become 4. I become 4. And what? Factorial was what? 6. So it's going to be 6 into what? 4. So that's going to be 24. Factorial become 24. Now I becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 5? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that's going to be becoming what? What was the fact? What is the formula? Factorial into I. Factorial was 24. What is I? 5. So 5 fours are what? 20. 5 to the 10. 120. This is the value. This is how this 120 value is coming at the last, and it will go on and on for all others. I hope you have understood by this. Okay, what I'll do is I'll copy this and paste it here. This is I did for all the people who are completely new. Okay, now very interesting problem we do, that is checking. Okay, I'll give you the homework, those prime numbers and all. Okay, I'll give you 3, 4, 5 questions as a prime number and all. Okay, now let me talk about a bit about this linear data structure. What is linear data structure? What is non-linear data structure? What is data structures and algorithm? What things are there? Okay, algorithm, what algorithms are there, and all those things. I'm going to talk about that. I hope till here you understood all the things about for loop. I'm going to give you lots of questions on prime numbers. We do lots of varieties. अगर आपने वो वैरायटी कर लिया, कभी भी किसी ने प्राइम नंबर का क्वेश्चन किसी भी इंटरव्यू में पूछा, that's enough. ओके, प्राइम नंबर के हम 4-5 वैरायटी पढ़ते हैं, 4-5 वैरायटी हर तरीके से. मेरे को बताओ कितने 100 से 200 में कितने प्राइम नंबर्स हैं. उसके बाद कौन कौन से प्राइम नंबर्स हैं. ओके, कौन से प्राइम नंबर हैं जो इसके बाद आता है. ओके, like how if someone is going to give all those things. Okay, so I'm going to give it in the group. Bhushan, I'm going to give all those questions in the group. Okay, that WhatsApp group you are joined, right? You guys are joined in the WhatsApp group, correct? So in that group, Rupinder will paste all those questions to you. Okay, so she will paste all the questions and I'll give the project also today. Okay, that's great. So awesome, understood everything. I'll give love react for that. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So we didn't get the dashboard of both the days. I have shared yesterday, isn't it? I directly shared in the like chat, haven't I? Yesterday I did. Yes. Simpashing, yes. I did. I did share. I'll share it again today. There is no issues. There is no issues. Okay. Should I share this dashboard also? What do you say? You want this dashboard also? This one? Let me do it then. Day 4. नहीं ऐसा नहीं यार, ये तो गलत कर रहा हूं मैं. Export. Yes, program also I'll give right now. Take this program also. No issues. This is day 3. Day 3. Day 3 and go to desktop and hit enter. Hit enter. Take the most out of this 5 days program. You're going to learn lots of things. And I'll give this one also. We'll say day 3.1 maybe. Day 3.1. Yes, I'll share the dashboard right now. Wait. Where is that got saved? Is it in the documents? Yes. Okay, let me share it with you guys directly now. Yellow, 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 or yellow workshop. I shared all. You guys can download it. I shared all. You guys can download it from there. Okay. All right, all right. Now, moving to next part, that is what I was talking about. I was talking about, let me open that file. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, we're going to talk about data structure algorithm. So what are data structures? Data structures, again, I said, it's a tools. These are tools. Data structure and algorithms are tools. People find it difficult because they don't learn the systematic way, and they so like not uniform code. They see code from someone, then they see other codes from someone else. So that way you are getting their understanding what the way they are doing, right? So data structure becomes very easy when you learn systematically, one by one, step by step, understand deep of it. Everything, small concepts also you go deep into it and you learn. That way you learn better. Okay. So data structure are ways to organize the data so that it can be accessed and manipulated efficiently and easily. Let me tell you one gold point to you guys. Let me tell you about a gold point. Let's say what are the data structures are there? Array. Okay, let's take string also. String with array. Array list is going to be there. Array list. Okay. Then we're going to say linked list, stack, queue, six, hash map, hash set, tree, binary search tree, graph, then sorting algorithms, searching algorithms, then okay, graph algorithms are there, greedy algorithms are there, divide and conquer algorithms are there, dynamic programming, lots of things are there, recursion is there. I'm not going into all those things. Whatever these topics are there, no, it's become easy. Now we want to learn data structure and algorithm, and this is going to be asked in interview. This is going to be asked in interviews, right? And if you see whatever the questions that is asked, mostly question is going to be asked till here in an interview. Okay, sorting and searching is also included. array list, string, linked list, tag, queue, hash map, asset. अगर आपने इतना कर लिया, then you are covering 90% of the company. 90% of the company interview is going to crack it like butter. Smooth, by smooth, you're going to crack it. Now, again, this is also not going to be easy if you don't, learn organized, like, organized way. Okay, what to learn, what not to learn, what questions you have to do, what questions you don't have to do. I already showed. If you go and try to find Microsoft, yesterday I was showing to people, okay, that Microsoft interview experience. So yesterday I was showing to people what questions are asked. Mostly you will find, mostly. Let me know if I'm audible or not, why this is not working. Am I audible? You guys can connect me over the LinkedIn. Do I give you the LinkedIn profile to you? So let me get, I don't have the link right now. Let me get the link, okay, of the LinkedIn profile. And obviously you there in the, that channel, right? WhatsApp channel, right? Wait. You guys there in the WhatsApp channel also, right? I'll paste it my LinkedIn profile here. You can go ahead, you can see, okay. Okay, all right, Simba. All right, so you can see, let's suppose Microsoft interview. And if you see, questions are from string. You can see, and this string I already, so if I show my, Discord channel, no, I already given this questions that I was showing yesterday. Odd number and even number, like whatever the question that is asking about array, all right, then 1D array, then oops concept, then it said what, explain polymorphism in layman term. This also even I have explained in layman term. Let me show you guys that polymorphism, how to explain that in layman term so that everyone can understand. Layman terms mean understanding things. So this is how polymorphism. So the polymorphism is basically a code, but polymorphism means one code having different form. So you may heard about, function overloading, function overriding, runtime polymorphism, and compile time polymorphism. That is being I teach here in OOPS, right? So a girl can be a mother, writer, a student. A same person can have different roles. That is what polymorphism. A same code will have different roles. If you explain this way to an interviewer, definitely they going to get, influenced by you. So they ask questions about OOP, then OOP, polymorphism, encapsulation, then polymorphism in layman term, function overloading, overriding. इससे तो हम प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं, ये सिर्फ बात कर रहे हैं कि ये पूछा है. Only asked what is overriding or overloading. We do literal project using OOPS. We do designing projects. We do literal designing projects. Right. I already showed you that how people have made. So Srijan, like, Srijan is one of the guy there. Okay, Srijan, he made the calculator, be it all, and OOPS is also used. And let me see where OOPS is used. OOP project. Okay, my fitness app he has created. Okay, Not only that, he created what? Fitness app to create kara he kara hai. Then what he created? Airport app. And this is why you can see hash map is being used, hash set is being used here, for loop, while loop. क्योंकि ये मैंने I already teach taught him. Then after that he implemented this thing. So that airport app, train app, how using hash set data structure, that's going to be done. This is he is doing by data structure. But we before that we did by oops concept. Before that we did by oops concept. And you can see linked list detection algorithm and all these things. Okay, only one binary tree question is asked, and that is also I take in the class. But every question you see, it's string, and all this question, minimum spanning window, and all these things are taken. You can see, as I said, if you learn till here properly, if you learn till here properly with every path, each and everything about array and array list, what questions to practice, what to take, and what to do. If you know that, you can crack any kind of interview. Believe me. I'm just giving what I'm saying is, guys, that this part is very crucial. I'm not talking about graph question, tree question, and I'm not going too deep into that. Okay, that is the next step. Obviously, we learn this graph topics very easily, tree topics very easily, BST very easily. We have to understand the topic, implement it, and so see, one problem people face is they don't know where to implement this string linked list. Kuch to batao bhai. Tell me something about where to implement, because in web development when we learn, we say okay चलो हमने सीखा तो आप project भी बना लिया. But what about data structure algorithm? What about data structure algorithm? We do only questions, lead code question, gigs for gigs question, hacker rank question, this. So that वो तो अच्छी बात है, but शुरुआत में क्या होता है कि you don't get interest. So that time what we do, we learn through projects. We give, okay, we learned about array list, string, linked list. Okay, this is the problem statement I'm creating with this. Try to solve this. Try to implement what you have learned. So you get the that understanding. Okay, this is how I'm going to use linked list or something. So he created train app. So he used what? Hash set. Okay, to track from which station to which station you need to go. I don't know if it is working or not. Let me check if it is working or not. I don't know if it is working or not. Maybe one line, if it's not working, then it's not going to work for the whole app. So okay, employee app, lots of console based application he created, and all the problem statement I given in the class. All the problem statement I given in the class. Okay. Now let me take this class and paste it. If it is running, it's going to be good. If it is not running, there is no issues. Okay, let me run this code and see once. Okay, it is running. See, welcome to the railway app. You can see how versatile this app. I don't know how it is working. Okay, so enter departure platform. Let's say I want to say Bilaspur. He is writing Bilaspur, so I'll write Bilaspur here. Let's say I'll write Bilaspur. Bilaspur. I'll hit enter. Enter arrival platform. Let's say I want to take Delhi. Delhi. Enter date. Okay, what is the format of the date? I don't know. What is the format he is taking? I don't know that. So you can do what? See, you can display the tickets. You can do what? You can search ticket. You can cancel ticket. Whatever you want to do in the train app, those things are done here. Okay, all those things. I don't know how the date is taking. So that things are not covered, I guess. Okay, so let's say giving 12/09. I am giving this way 2023. Train is not available. So train is not available, it's showing for this route. Bilaspur to Delhi, there is no train. Okay. You can book tickets and all those things you can do. This is done by what? Data structure. This is being done by data structure. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now data structure are different types data structure there. We try to take data structure in different ways, right? Linear data structure, non-linear data structure. Why we say linear data structure, why we say non-linear data structure, that is also case is there, right? So data structure what? देखो ऐसा है कि आपने सर्च करा माइक्रोसॉफ्ट इंटरव्यूज एंड गूगल डायरेक्टली गिव आउट ऑफ ह्यूज लिस्ट ऑफ web pages, huge billions of web pages. Among that, they search it and give the values to you directly within milliseconds, right? Within milliseconds they have given. You can understand how that is working, how that is working. Can you share 3 PDF and worksheet? When I try to download, PC got stuck. Is it for everyone? You cannot download this sheets. You will get it, Nuria, no issues. If you there, okay, Suraj got it. It means you having some issues. I'll ask to post it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, Nuria, is it good? I'll ask the team. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we're going to talk about tomorrow data structure, linear data structure, non-linear data structure, algorithms. To-do list के लिए मैं problem statement आज दूंगा how you have to create this to-do list. Okay. That I'll give. Now this to-do list is going to be created only using, array and something. But when you can understand, when we learn about all the data structure that is there, what kind of project we can create, what type of console based application we can create, you can understand. Now, if you know about Zoho company, I'll show one of my student is asked in the interview. Let me give you what is that name I have forgotten. Rahul SK. His name is Rahul SK. See, question is asked from what? Array. So this is questions of, in Zoho interview. Okay. They asked virtual card management system. And we did library management system using OOPS concept. And this is coming in advanced coding, console based application. See, console based application. Can you see that? Virtual card management system. And we do not only virtual card management system, library management system, there's that lots of, so that you get practice things and you understand better how the implementation is done. That way you get the edge. That way you get the edge out of others, how you have done this console based application. And rest, when you learn about any month stack or something, you can implement it, you can create the UI for that, and it is going to look like a app. And after that you learn maybe TypeScript, you are learning some different technologies. That time you can implement all those things. So data structure is going to be blended with everything, because this is a logic part. This is not actually any language or something, right? This is will going to create how you going to create the, because wherever you go, DSA round is definitely going to be there. DSA round is going to be there. Okay. Sure, sure. I will. Okay, tomorrow we'll talk about Bhushan. Okay, we already 8:39 is there. So tomorrow we'll talk about what questions are getting asked, what type of questions could be asked from the array list, string questions. So prediction, whatever the prediction we do, most of those questions is definitely going to be asked. Among, if that question is directly not asked, it's going to be similar concept is going to be, you can do it. If that question you did it very properly, you can do that. Okay, right now we are going to end it. App development, that is completely different thing, Chavi. You talk to me in other platform. We're going to talk about that, what to learn in app development and all right. So this is data structure. Keep it data structure. Okay. And problem solving. I hope you have understood everything that I taught today. I'm going to give this problem statement to you guys today. Okay. Implement to-do list using array. Okay. This is I'm going to give today, and hope till here you have understood, and tomorrow I'm going to go forward with linear, non-linear, and I'll implement sorting algorithms and searching algorithms. I hope you have understood all everything. This is a day 3. Day 4, I'll send you the video message today that please join for the day 4. Okay. Only I saw today 48 people joined. Okay. Now 38 remaining. Okay. So we're going to create add a contact list and all. Okay. Lots of things we're going to do. Okay. And and you can see, like I don't know if in the DSA part, let me check if some DSA lectures you can see from here. I don't know if some lectures are open. I don't know. No, it is okay. Video course. Let me see. Some lectures are. So these are all created by me only. Okay, this everything is done by me, guys. Okay, not only this, all the videos are done by me, but any preview, only one preview is there, data structure introduction. You can see this preview, you can click on this preview, you can understand how we are learning data structure algorithm, asymptotic analysis, asymptotic explanation and all, array data structure, string, linked list, tag, queue, hash map, hash set, string searching algorithm, all tree, graph, all things are coming. So that I'm recording, that's going to come soon. Okay, then labs are there and all those questions, lots of things are there, you can understand. If you want to check for other like programming language, let's say, you can go to what C++ is that, but and lots of uh lots of where is C and C++? Is it here or where? I don't know where. C++, if you get, they will see that recording is been done. Okay, if I learn C++, if I click on run C++, okay, course, if I go on the course part, you're going to see why this is not running. Is my voice audible, guys? Because of the heavy rain, I don't know. Okay, all right. I hope you have understood till here. We'll talk it tomorrow, no issues. We'll talk it tomorrow. I hope you have understood all. We're going to end it here for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We're going to learn about data structure and algorithm tomorrow. We're going to go forward with the sorting algorithm, searching algorithm that we're going to see. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night, good morning, whatever timing you have. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. Take care. Bye-bye, please. We'll end it here.